So this story, it didn't get reported on, but I promised you we would talk a little bit about Al Qaeda and a little bit about the telecommunications thing at the UN. And I'm going to try to be very, very, very careful with what I say because I don't want to freak you out at all. Okay? I'm going to try to be very careful with what I say, but I'm going to tell you things that I've heard. All right? So, Al Qaeda. You know who Al Qaeda is. You are well aware. They're the ones responsible for 9/11, Islamic terrorist group. You got all that. There has been chatter, if you will. Chatter, including, in case you're wondering about the chatter, publicly, if you'd like to go read up a little bit on what I'm about to talk about, the director of the United States National Counterterrorism Center, his name is Joe Kent. He's a great guy. I've had him on the show before. Great dude. Former Green Beret. He's talked about this openly. There has been a lot of chatter that Al Qaeda is planning something. And I know that's vague, and I'm not trying to freak you out. So just stay with me, and I'm going to tell you what I know, okay? Or what I've heard, not what I know. What I've heard. What I've heard is they have flooded into this country, courtesy of Joe Biden's open border, right? Open border is a national security threat. They flooded into this country. They are in every major U.S. city. They are planning, hopefully it can be stopped and broken up. They are planning some sort of an attack on as many soft targets as they can find. It's not just the initial attack that the chatter is talking about. It's the secondary attacks. You know how the secondary attacks are a very real thing in terrorism. In Iraq, you know, they would set off an IED, and then they'd wait for ambulances and everyone else to show up, and they'd set off a secondary, the secondary attack. The secondary attack phase of this, according to the chatter, is going to be things like hospitals. They have become aware of the mass procurement. They're purchasing first responder uniforms, police uniforms, medical worker uniforms to create additional confusion. I again want to stress, don't change how you live your life. I am not trying to freak you out. I don't do that. I'm not trying to do that. I did, however, feel obligated to bring awareness of this to you, that the threat of jihadi terror, once it's gone enough time without a terror attack, we tend to think they're fine, they're done. It's gone away. Yeah, it's been since the Obama years since we saw a lot of that going on in our country. That's back when ISIS was inspiring a lot of that on the internet, surprise, surprise, in other places. I just wanted you to be aware that, and they're already talking about cities like New York, Los Angeles, Houston, where I live, that there could be something bad on the horizon. Now, they are aware of it, right? Our National Counterterrorism Center is talking about it. They're aware of it. I'm sure they're tracking everything down to try to stop it before it happens. But I wanted to tell you about it in case the worst happens, okay?